Chosen one, this moment is not a coincidence. Your soul was drawn to this video because the heavens whispered the same message to you 7 times. The number 777 didn't appear before your eyes for nothing, and the prayers of 33 prophets did not fall upon you by chance. You are one of the 144,000 chosen, and your presence here is a divine sign. This message was sent to awaken the secret that has been resting within your heart. What you are about to hear are not just words, but divine vibrations that will sink deep into your soul. If these words are touching you, leave your heart in the comments so the heavens can witness your testimony. Because when you write, another soul will awaken. Now prepare yourself, for this video will illuminate your path. Those who recognize the signs of God know that nothing is random. That's why your being here is already a miracle. Family, our voice is rising. We are walking toward our first 1,000 subscribers. If this message speaks to you, press like, subscribe to Chosen Archangel, and comment, I'm part of this mission. The agony you've concealed, the cries, the confessions, and the inquiries. Tonight, God wants it all. This isn't your average video. This appointment is divine. Heaven has made room for your words. And because God is prepared to listen like never before, He will force you to speak tonight. Have you not sensed it? The things you can no longer bear. The pressure that is mounting inside your spirit. It's more than just feelings. That's God getting you ready for breakthrough, healing, and release. And it starts when you at last speak up and say what you've been too scared to. But before we begin this transformative word, take a moment to do 3 things. Press the like button to indicate that you're prepared. Join the thousands of selected ones by subscribing. Growing throughout this time of year, leave a remark with 99. Your signal to the gods that you are in alignment with this divine moment is this confirmation code. Now pay close attention. You will stick with this word through to the end if you are genuinely a chosen one. You already know deep down that God is going to reveal something to you tonight, and you'll never be the same after it occurs. Let's begin. This isn't your typical evening. It's a divine arrangement, a holy time that heaven itself has planned when God has determined it's time to hear straight from your heart. Fear, pain, or bewilderment may have caused you to remain silent for months or even years. Tonight, however, the quiet is broken. God Himself is shouting, no more silence. Speak now. Whether your voice has been suppressed by shame, guilt, or just plain tiredness, the hour has come. The skies are bending close. God will hear what you have to say. This is not some nebulous spiritual nudge. It's an invitation to a celestial talk, a divine appointment. Stories, hurts, regrets, and dreams that have never been fully articulated are all part of who you are. Even if you've talked to pastors and counselors, this is different. This is unadulterated. It's a personal matter. You and the person who created you are involved in this. He is already aware of what is concealed. But tonight He wants you to speak it out loud, to accept it, to let it go, to give it up. When heaven hears your voice, don't undervalue what will happen. Angels are listening. Spiritual worlds are changing. Additionally, something otherworldly is being engaged even if your earthly surrounds are still peaceful. Tears may fall and chains may break, but freedom shall triumph. Prepare yourself. Heaven is tuned in tonight. Therefore, your voice has power. There are times in life when everything is redefined. In retrospect, these moments, which don't seem very noteworthy at first, mark the precise moment when everything changed. It's one of those evenings. Now is the time to break the quiet that has prevented you from healing and postponed your fate. You haven't spoken because you were at a loss for words or because no one really paid attention. Tonight, however, has a spiritual weight that is unmatched. The God who never sleeps says, I'm listening. Speak. This is more than just a chance to chat. It's where your destiny is born. The roadmap for your future is contained in what you say tonight. Your honesty, your words, and your tears. Within the spirit, they will open long-shut doors. Heaven isn't merely listening as you talk. It's reacting. Not in quiet, not in postponement, but under divine guidance. Remember all the times you bit your tongue, sobbed into your pillow at night, and never spoke. This is where it all comes together. The plot changes, and the silence breaks as you enter the darkness. Don't withhold anything. Don't wait for tomorrow to determine your fate. It is awaiting your voice this evening. The line separating heaven and earth is thin tonight. It is a spiritual portal and a hallowed place, and it will pass. You've been hesitant to speak, waiting for the appropriate moment, and requesting a sign. It's this. While you are still filled with unsaid suffering and unspoken truth, don't let the window close. God is listening. However, this is a sacred and short moment. Perfect phrasing and polished prayers are not what he wants. He seeks the unadulterated truth. He desires the cries you have buried and the words you have swallowed. You don't have to use spiritual terms to describe your suffering. Simply be truthful. Tell him you don't understand by saying, I'm tired. I'm lost. I'm angry. Inform him of your mistreatment. Express your shame to him. Every word counts. All feelings are sacred. Opening your heart to a God who is listening can be healing. Your soul needs to let go of its weight in order to continue expanding, just as the ocean needs to let go of its waves in order to continue moving. You will gain nothing if you say nothing. However, if you give it your all, you can leave feeling lighter than before. Don't allow heaven to ignore your truth and block its ears. Words are not meaningless. They're seeds, and the future you walk into will be planted by the words you utter tonight. God is more than a passive hearer. He is a father who responds. Your entire spiritual landscape can change with every word that comes out of your heart tonight. This goes beyond simple admission. This is God's co-creation. Imagine Jacob grappling with the angel. It was more than just a brawl. It was a pivotal moment. With a new name and a new fate, Jacob left with a limp. Your wrestling turns into revelation tonight. Your integrity becomes sacred. What God is willing to reveal will depend on what you're willing to say. If you've been wondering when your breakthrough will occur, or if you've been waiting for change, know this. You have to open your mouth for it to occur. The tongue has the power to decide life or death. Express what must be expressed. Unlock the contents that have been locked inside. Your words will determine your future. God never fails to provide, and he's not just listening tonight. He's answering with insight. 3 supernatural facts are what he has promised to give you. The date of your spiritual ascension, your true origin, and your heavenly assignment. These concepts are not nebulous. These are particular, life-altering responses. God will show you who you really are in him tonight, even if you may believe you already know who you are based on your family, history, and culture. He will reveal your spiritual heritage, your true ancestry, your prophetic beginnings, and your spiritual DNA. He will then reveal your next divine task, the goal that will direct your upcoming season. No more guesswork, no more wandering. God will then designate a day, your day of ascension, when things will change so drastically that you will never be the same, much like when a sealed scroll is unsealed. These responses are not provided carelessly. Get ready for them. Put your questions, your suffering, and your confessions in writing. Prepare yourself for the blessing your spirit has been longing for. This is sacred territory. Nobody is aware of the stuff you've been carrying. The silent conflicts, the silent sobs, the suffering concealed behind your smile. God has witnessed everything, but he's not merely observing tonight. He's asking you to open up. It's because you release it when you speak it, not because he doesn't know. And he can start healing it once you let it go. You've had some unanswered questions for years. Why did I experience this? When I needed you, God, where were you? What's causing me to feel forgotten? These are not charges. They are human pleas for comprehension. And God embraces each and every one of them tonight. You don't insult him with your inquiries. As a matter of fact, he has been anticipating your question in order to respond in a manner that only a devoted father can. Imagine being on a riverside when the dam eventually collapses. All of your feelings, hurts, and confusion come out. Heaven wants you to do that tonight. Don't hold back because you think you might be too much. You've been carrying too much already. This is your safe haven, your release. Watch how God answers every unsaid word with unexpected calm as you let it all out. After a while, hiding no longer feels like protection. It has the feel of a prison. You spent too much time hiding your truth. You have concealed your emotions, put on masks, and told yourself that remaining silent was a sign of strength. But God says no more. He's not asking tonight. He needs the truth from you. This has nothing to do with punishment. It has to do with freedom. Being totally known by the person who already sees you entirely has a freeing effect. God doesn't need to be impressed. You are not required to perform. You simply must be truthful. Express your fears to him. Tell him your mistakes. Express your true desires to him. The secret that opens the next door is truth. A man after God's own heart is King David. He was genuine not because he was flawless. He admitted it. He cried. He confided in God about everything, including the difficult things to acknowledge. God wants you to do that tonight. An honest, unvarnished discussion. Vulnerable truth, not refined religion. Stop hiding. Step into the light. You have secrets, heavenly mysteries that have been sealed away in the spiritual world since your birth. We're opening those holy files tonight, not by prophets or angels, but by God himself. He's going to explain the enigma of your life and the reasons behind the experiences you've had. Your trauma does not define who you are. You are not who you were characterized as by society. Beyond birth papers and bloodlines, there is a deeper truth, a fact concerning your spiritual heritage. God will reveal your origin tonight, the true genesis of your soul, and the person you were before the world attempted to label you. But that's not all. You will depart this evening with the knowledge that I am chosen, I am sent, I am marked. Your next task will be given to you by him, your heavenly purpose for this season. Not just any duty, the purpose for which your spirit was created. He will then mumble the time of your next ascension, as if that weren't enough. Your clique is not small, it is part of movement. Help us reach 1,000 voices by subscribing, liking, and leaving your word of faith in the comments. The elevation that will change relationships, resources, revelation, and everything else. Your wonderful files will be open this evening. It's not business as usual tonight. God is asking, will you go my way or stay any delay? At this sacred crossing, a spiritual crossroads. What you decide to do tonight, sir, to speak, to give up, to believe, will determine the course of your next chapter. Heaven is waiting to move, dependent on what you decide to let go of. And you're standing at a gate. Everybody has had defining experiences in their lives, but few are as powerful spiritually as this one. Your spirit is aware that this is sacred. Your spirit feels agitated, anxious, and vigilant as a result. Anxiety is not that. That's acknowledgement. You have reached a moment that will last forever. Tonight's words, prayers, and surrenders will pave the way for fresh developments. Moses at the burning bush comes to mind. It was not just a vision. It was a fork in the road. Everything changed with a single yes to God. Yes, you are tonight. Your candor, honesty, and surrender all have the same spiritual weight. Saying yes will allow God to bring your life into harmony with the divine. You won't be the same after this evening. Heaven doesn't wait for things to get better. Your voice is what heaven is waiting for. Your words tonight have the ability to invoke divine decrees. Poetry is not what this is. Spiritual law is this. In the heavenly courts, your voice matters. Your sobs, admissions, and proclamations will reverberate and influence the course of events. The cries of his people have always caused God to act. Hannah whispered to him, and he answered. The bleeding woman touched his robe, and he turned. When Bartimaeus shouted, he halted for the blind man. It wasn't perfection that gave these moments their power. It was desperate, a heart that is too full to remain silent. That's how heaven reacts. Don't allow your miracle to be silenced by fear. Don't allow your blessing be stifled by shame. You have to speak tonight with a cracking voice and shaking palms. Say what has to be said. Don't be hesitant to ask questions. Say what you think. Heaven is waiting. Despite whatever doubts you may have, talk to the Spirit and observe what happens. Tonight is pulsing with a wonderful rhythm. Release, receive, and confess. That is the sacred order that will enable you to change your life. You must first confess in submission rather than embarrassment. Express your suffering, your shortcomings, your covert addictions, and your uncertainties. It has nothing to do with punishment. It has to do with freedom. Admittance is the first step, not the final goal. Then you have to let go. Release the things that have been holding you down. The disappointments, the resentments, the unfulfilled hopes. Let go of what you can't mend. Let go of the person who wronged you, even if they never expressed regret. Let go of your desire to dictate the result. You create room for heaven to move when you let go. What you're still holding on to, God cannot fill. Then you get it, and only then. God pours forth His love and truth into open hands rather than closed fists, yet He is never sparing. You will be prepared to accept clarity, calm, and the next degree of your calling once your spirit has been lightened through release and your heart has been emptied through confession. Now is the moment. The procedure is sacred. Have trust and follow it. Don't enter this evening carelessly. You are a king. Therefore get ready as though you were expected to meet one. It's not only time for prayer. This encounter is sacred. Give it the consideration it merits. Put your suffering, your habits, and your nagging questions in writing. Write down your life experiences, your struggles, your desires, and your spiritual blueprint. Intentionality is respected by God. Elijah didn't merely pray for fire to descend when he prayed to God on Mount Carmel. He constructed the altar. He set everything in its proper place and prepared the sacrifice. Then there was fire. Divine reaction is always preceded by preparation. As you get ready tonight, remember that God is not coming in silence. He'll be here with flames. Confusion, fear, and all that is untrue shall be destroyed by fire. You won't be destroyed by this fire. You will be defined by it. It will expose what you really possess and burn through what you believed you required. God's fire makes things clear. It cleanses. It gets more intense. Thus be prepared with your spirit as well as your words. Tell the truth. Open up. Get ready. Because everything changes when the fire goes out. Would you waste your time browsing if you knew that one night may change your entire spiritual destiny? Might you idly go asleep in the hopes that tomorrow might be different? No. There would be preparation, strategy, and planning. You have to do that tonight. This is not a typical night. It's divine. Additionally, it needs to be approached strategically and with a spiritual focus. Put everything in writing before this evening comes. Your apologies, your dreams, your regrets, and your wisdom. Make a heart inventory and a sacred list, and prepare to offer it to God. Don't depend on your recollection. Turn your pen into a prayer. Give this evening a concrete form. Let heaven see a soul that arrived ready for breakthrough when it looks down. Spiritual awakenings don't just occur. They're constructed. They are the result of holy desperation and concentrated intention. Position your queries to get answers. Put your pride aside if you want promotion. Admit your confusion if you desire guidance. Don't spend your evening. Passivity is not appropriate at this moment. Now is the moment to take part in your own salvation. God doesn't keep quiet. He hasn't been. All He has been waiting for is for you to stop running and begin to pay attention. And He will respond tonight when you open your heart. His voice will eventually surface, whether it does so in a whispered dream, vision, or an epiphany deep within your soul. Furthermore, His words won't merely reassure you. It's going to alter everything. The mountains move when God speaks. He reveals identities when He speaks. What years of therapy, sermons, and effort could never do. One word from Him may. He might reveal your true identity. Heaven wrote the version, not the one that mankind view. He might give away what comes next. It will be just what your soul needs, regardless of whether He says, "Rest, child, I've got it." You won't be alone this evening. A celestial conversation is about to begin, and the things He says will be heavenly guidance for your future path. So, once you've said anything, stop talking. Stay still. Anticipate a response. Don't dismiss the thoughts that come to mind. Put them in writing. Think about them. Because destinies are defined when God speaks. It's not just a comfortable prayer time tonight. It's an interrogation from God. God will not allow you to depart unaltered. He will put pressure on you. Instead of punishing you, He will force you to face things you have avoided in order to advance you. He'll pose probing queries. Why do you still have that on you? How come you haven't forgiven? What makes you question me? Prepare for the challenging questions. Don't worry though, since the reward comes after the interrogation. Without first granting grace, God does not request truth. He doesn't reveal injuries without mending them. Furthermore, He doesn't agitate your soul's deep waters without offering a path through them. This isn't a surprise attack. It's a call to healing and honesty, to a greater good. There will be no denying the benefits of this evening. Some will appear right away. You haven't experienced peace in years. Others will come to light in due course. New levels of favor, open doors, and divine connections. However, they will arrive because heaven never summons you to speak before being ready to reward you for your courage. Now is your time. Take the call. Take on the questions. Get the prize. When no one was around to witness it, you have been faithful. When your prayers seemed like insignificant utterances, we have taken note of your unwavering faith, even when hope wavered. God is revealing the reward that has been subtly developing in the spiritual world and is prepared to emerge into your life tonight. This prize is more than just a present. It is evidence of your tenacity. The most difficult test of all is frequently faithfulness in quiet. You continued to believe even when the world forgot your sacrifices and your heart hurt from loneliness. When it was easier to leave, you arrived. Nothing in this world can top the foundation that silent perseverance has created. The skies will open tonight and shower out blessings commensurate with your level of faithfulness. Anticipate the unexpected, the blessings that change your story and take even your skeptics by surprise. You'll witness doors that you believed were permanently closed open. People will begin to perceive the invisible results of your perseverance and hard work. You are divinely vindicated tonight. The reward for your unspoken loyalty is not yet here. It's coming with electricity. Recall that God rewards those who remain obedient and focus on Him throughout difficult times. The waiting period has over for you. You have the opportunity to shine now and embrace the entirety of what you have been holding inside for a long time. Wait a minute, because this is the night of your breakthrough. Your own suffering has been genuine and unadulterated. It was a burden you concealed when no one else was present. Perhaps you struggled with doubts in the dark, cried when no one knew, or felt abandoned when the world turned its back on you. Here's the reality, though. God has been listening to your every sigh, seeing every tear, and sensing every pain in your heart. We are on the way to 1,000 subscribers, and your action makes the difference. Subscribe, like, and comment to amplify the mission of Chosen Archangel. Tonight, public blessings will replace the private suffering you endured in silence. Your intimate prayers and your trembling lips' whispered aspirations are ready to explode into the open. What was formerly obscured by darkness will now be shown in the light, gleaming as evidence of your perseverance and God's faithfulness. This is a moment of divine reversal, where loneliness becomes community, prosperity becomes scarcity, and grief becomes joy. You will be able to see your healing. Your tale will motivate. The way that God took your brokenness and turned it into a banner of hope will astound people. Prepare yourself for what the world will witness and rejoice over. You are not the only recipient of God's benefits. They are for other people to see, to be inspired by, and to bear witness to the fact that He really does make everything new. Your suffering wasn't in vain. It was setting you up for a blessing that will garner media attention both inside and outside of the spiritual world. In your life, waiting has been a period of uncertainty, desire, and occasionally hopelessness. All of that wait, however, was an investment in the soul. That season is coming to an end tonight. Divine restitution is on the way, and it will surpass your expectations and beyond your wildest dreams. God's restitution is more than just money or worldly possessions. It's about restoring what was taken away. Relationships, time, tranquility, and purpose. It's about reclaiming what you gave up, what was taken, or what you gave up in multiple ways. Heaven is planning a repayment plan for your soul tonight. A time when mercy and justice coexist together is upon you. They are balancing the celestial ledger. Every tear, every restless night, and every instance in which you put God before comfort is being recorded. Things that took years to lose will soon return. Your perception of unfairness will be rectified. Your subsequent actions will be fueled by this compensation. It will affirm your spiritual path and strengthen your vision. Keep your heart intact. Your heavenly restitution starts tonight, and it will transform everything. Imagine the vault of heaven, a hallowed storehouse brimming with wisdom, blessings, and treasures from destiny. Your name appears on the scroll that opens the contents of this vault, which is opening tonight. There is no metaphor here. For those who have trusted God through hardships and victories, it is a spiritual reality. The key that unlocks this treasure is your life, your sacrifices, and your prayers. Along with rewards, there are spiritual gifts and heavenly instructions inside that are especially suited for your trip. These blessings have been in heaven waiting for this time to be given to you. The very tools you need to accomplish your mission. Gifts of favor, strength, insight, and provision are in this vault. Additionally, it will affect future generations in addition to altering your story. What you access tonight will leave a legacy of impact and faith that lasts beyond your lifetime. Thus, get your heart ready to receive. It's your unlocking night. They'll call your name. The vault of your destiny will open wide. You will be amazed at what you find within. Seldom is sacrifice glamorous. It's frequently overlooked, lonely, and misinterpreted. However, God values every unspoken sacrifice, every lost chance, every difficult choice, and every instance in which you put obedience before convenience. The spiritual equilibrium is changing tonight. Quietly giving up something will bring back tremendous power. This power extends beyond mere physical prowess. Spiritual authority is what it is. It's the capacity to affect, lead, and influence with newly discovered bravery and clarity. God is giving you the tools you need to take on more challenging tasks. Tasks that call for divine empowerment in addition to bravery. Consider Joseph, who forewent family and comfort in favor of a prison cell before being crowned king. The divine design is the same in your story. Your spiritual authority is cultivated from the sacrifices you made in the shadows. You will start to embody that power tonight, acknowledged, revered, and profoundly transformed. No more feeling invisible or insignificant. Your sacrifices have a purpose. You're turning them into your greatest assets. Power is on its way to reward your loyalty. God doesn't give ambiguous or perplexing replies. When He does communicate, He does so with clarity and intent. Get ready to receive precise insights, dates, names, and directions tonight that will guide your next course of action. This isn't a game of guesswork. This road chart is divine. Questions that have been bothering you will become clearer after reading these discoveries. Who should I believe? What to pursue, when to move? God will provide precise answers to all. You will be astounded by how precisely His advice will align with both the requirements of your purpose and your deepest ambitions. Such insight is valuable and uncommon. It's a kind of realization that keeps you from taking unneeded diversions, accelerates your progress, and shields you from needless suffering. Knowing that God is directing every aspect of your life, follow His commands promptly and completely. So be prepared and eager to write down everything. Your spiritual GPS will be the details you get tonight. They'll open doors and bring people and situations together like never before. It's not only about getting a message tonight. The goal is to get a plan. In addition to fulfilling your prayers, God is giving you a divine plan to confidently face the future. This approach is a detailed plan created for achievement, breakthrough, and spiritual power. Imagine a commander being given a war plan that foresees the enemy's every action. You are being given a strategic advantage by God. Along with knowing what to do, you'll also know how to do it, when to act, and who to include. Confidence takes the place of confusion when one reaches this degree of heavenly vision. This tactic will enable you to make the most of your talents and get over any barriers that have prevented you from moving forward. It's a thorough blueprint for your life's purpose, made in heaven specifically for you. Now is the moment to begin walking in God's flawless design and to quit speculating. With an open hand and a receptive heart, get ready to accept this divine approach. It will permanently alter the way you approach your calling. Although God's timing is flawless, it might feel excruciatingly sluggish at times. You have lived through seasons in which advancement came day by day, inch by inch. That all changes tonight. In moments, things that took years to construct, comprehend, and conquer will be released with unnatural speed. This acceleration is amazing. Doors that have been closed for decades will suddenly open. Unthinkable breakthroughs will abruptly become your new normal. It's as though God's Spirit turns a switch and time starts to work in your favor at an unfathomably rapid pace. You'll be amazed at how fast your life changed when you look back. The payoff is astounding, but the waiting was required. This night's power will propel you toward your destiny more quickly than you could have ever dreamed. Prepare to run into the future. The lengthy wait is coming to an end. The era of superhuman speed is here. Your life is a narrative with meaning. The next chapter will be unveiled tonight. Your next assignment will be courageously and clearly revealed by God. This mission is more than simply an abstract concept. It is a powerful and purposeful divine calling. It will also come with all the tools you need to be successful. Your mission, finances, connections, wisdom, and favor will all be supported by resources. To make sure you have everything you need, the heavens will open to provide for you in ways that transcend rationality. God will bring opportunities and people together to support your purpose. It's not only about your strength. It has to do with heavenly collaboration. God is dedicated to supplying, and your mission is His mission. Therefore, don't be concerned about shortage or lack. The provision to make it a reality will accompany what you hear tonight. Get your heart ready to receive the resources and the call together. The two are a holy commission and holy sustenance. In God's kingdom, blessings and assignments go hand in hand. You will learn tonight that the blessings you receive are connected to a spiritual task rather than being arbitrary gifts. And the ability to carry out that task comes with otherworldly strength. This implies that there will be accountability for your blessings. They are tools for the future as well as rewards for the past. God will provide you with the means to do the task He has assigned you. The ability to inspire, build, heal, and lead. Everything will be yours. Don't be afraid of this calling's weight. You are equipped by the same God who bestows blessings. The blessing you get tonight will give you the strength you've never had to complete your task. Enter this truth with courage. Your blessing serves as a marker for your upcoming significant endeavor. Chosen one, remember this. Heaven never sends a word without purpose. If this message has stirred your spirit, let it shine brighter. Press like so the light spreads to others walking in darkness. Subscribe to Chosen Archangel so you never miss the next divine revelation. And share your thoughts in the comments below. Your testimony may be the very spark that awakens another soul. Until we meet again, stay covered by the wings of heaven and walk boldly in your calling.